The following is a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.
This is the Inferno Podcast. It's the official podcast of UAB Athletics. Blazer fans, this is the place every week for an inside look into UAB Athletics. This episode is brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Welcome into this week's edition of the Inferno Podcast, Season 3, Episode 10. We're already at 75 episodes in totality here for UAB, so we're glad to have you with us here. As always, brought to you by Pearl River Resort. We appreciate those folks sponsoring us. We've got the rundown for today's program, brought to you by Legacy Credit Union, the official credit union of UAB Athletics. We're talking hoops. The bizarre nature of UAB basketball as far as the men are concerned. Warriors on the road, they struggle at home. It's inexplainable, but we're going to try to get an explanation for you in this podcast with Andy Kennedy. Also, Chance Westry is here, who's just a stat filler of a player. And then, of course, one of the inside presence for the Blazers, Evan Chatman. We'll talk to those guys. We got the American Conference Tournament coming up, and that's going to obviously be in Birmingham at Legacy Arena. Even though it's a home, it's not technically home for UAB Blazers because they don't play there. They haven't played there. They don't practice there. So hopefully they'll treat it like a little bit of a road game there as well. We'll talk a little softball too, as that's in full motion, as you know, and of course UAB baseball as well. Remember all the social media channels that you can get us on. It always involves Inferno Podcast in some way. There's the list for you. But new on the list, TikTok. We are there. Inferno_pod is the TikTok official handle. So be sure you check that out as well if that's where you like to watch the show or listen to it as well. So we'll take a break and we'll come back with more. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get right to it. This is the Inferno Podcast. Hang on.
The if in life, it's a world of possibilities. If you go for a night out with friends, if you can keep an eye on your money along the way, if you know you have overdraft protection with no fee transfers from savings, when you get a low balance alert, it's easier to say yes to fun. If that sounds good, try Regions Life Banking.
Stay ready for the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Welcome back to the Inferno Podcast. Scott Griffin here with Coach's Corner, brought to you by Pepsi and Viva Health. And, of course, we've got Andy Kennedy here as we steamroll towards the AAC tournament. Yes.
We have steamrolled through this season, have we not?
It's like yesterday we were talking
about
a lot of
carnage along the way.
There's some carnage bodies. Yes.
Some collateral damage here and there.
It's crazy. Yeah. Obviously, I want to start with, and you've talked about it to death, but forgive me for the question, but I've just never heard of this on the road at home reversal thing.
Yeah, bizarre. It's the most.
I mean, it's really. I've been around a while, like you have.
Yeah, it's the most bizarre thing I've seen. I don't even know, statistically how it's possible. But then right. when you sit down and you break it down like we do, it's easy to see. And it's all based on offense, which, again, is such an anomaly because typically you're better at home offensively because you're more comfortable in the environment, whatever. And you usually, if you're really good defensively on the road, you can kind of break through. It's been the opposite for us. I'll give you some stats. So in our home games, we're averaging around 69 points per game, which is not good enough.
No.
It's about 69 a game. And on the road, we're averaging 82 a game. 13-point swing? Are you kidding me? 82. You want to be, as a coach, you feel like if you get to 74, 75, that should be enough to win.
Right.
If your defense is just
most
average,
nights, right.
So we're at 69 at home, 82 on the road. Our field goal percentage at home is 38, abysmal. On the road, it's like 46. Our three-point percentage, which is it's even more spectacular, our three-point percentage at home is 23%. I said that right. On the road, it's like 33, 34%.
Which is normal.
Sitting here today, there's 365 teams in Division I basketball. Can you name them all?
No.
I bet you can get a bunch of them.
I bet I can.
But there's 365 teams. Sitting here today, going into our finale on Sunday against East Carolina, we're 364th in the country in three-point percentage, and we're 6 percentage points under the national average. I say all that not braggadociously. It's not something I'm super proud of. And,
Right.
ultimately, it's all my responsibility. I'm the guy that coaches the team. I'm the guy that recruits it. But it's amazing that despite that, we're, again, 364th in the country in three-point percentage. We're under the national average in two-point percentage, and we're under the national average in free throw percentage, and yet we're still sitting here with 19 wins. It's pretty
19-11.
It's pretty remarkable.
It really is.
It's
because,
pretty remarkable.
Yeah, that's such a. And let me ask you this, because you were such a great shooter, and you believe in it, and you've helped guys here to, regardless of position, be better shooters. I'm sure you just can't sleep at night wondering how in the world can I.
Well, you work.
I just want to get them to average at home, right? I mean.
Yeah, and you know what I've learned after 19 years of doing this? You certainly, when kids get to this level, they've obviously had a level of success in order to put on a UAB uniform. You know,
Yeah.
This is not the YMCA. You know,
Right.
you don't pay your monthly due and we put you in a game.
Right.
You've got to earn your way into this building. And so we've had some guys that haven't performed, I'm sure, to their expectation, nor to the expectation that we thought when we recruited them. And then as a coach, you can't really do anything about that until the season ends.
Right, during the year, it's hard, yeah.
But during the season, as a coach, you're thinking, what can I do to put them in a better position to be successful? So what we've really tried to do, once we moved Chance Westry to the point, 6 weeks or so ago, we just try to get Chance at the rim as much as possible. We want to do a good job of points in the paint. We want to do a good job of finishing. We were 20 for 20, which is a UAB record in our free throws at Charlotte, which is huge for us. And our free throw shooting has really abandoned us somewhat in conference play, especially at home. It's worse at home than it is on the road. Imagine that. But that was huge for us in that moment, and it helped us get over the hump in that game. But everybody knows this is our philosophy because everybody can see how we've struggled from three.
Sure.
So they just crowd the floor. So we've got to be really, really creative and still trying to get to our spots. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And then we've got to be timely in our shot making. The other night, Kurre McPherson comes off the bench and really off a little bit of a broken play, knocked down a huge three for us. And then Dejon Anderson was 1 for 7 from three, but made a big one that tied the game. And after that point, we never led.
Yeah.
So he's 1 for 7. He's shooting less than 30% from three in league play, but we've got to be timely in our shot making.
Right, and he has been. And I know you love, and you've mentioned before, even when you can find space when Chance drives, not only can he finish, but you love the way he delivers it as well to post in the paint, which is a crazy skill, by the way.
I think I said this to you before a couple shows back. Again, I'm not sure. It would be me or probably Murray Bartow, and now Murray obviously has got another job. He works for the Charlotte Hornets, and he's a scout, and he doesn't see us as much. And I don't know. I would say me or him probably have the best knowledge of UAB basketball ever.
I would think, yeah.
And I'm not saying that. I would be.
You've been around.
I'd be willing to wager that if anybody wants to challenge me on that.
Yes.
And I told you, and this was prior to him becoming the guy that he's evolved into.
Right.
I think he's the best facilitator with the best vision and ability to deliver the ball on time, on target at 6'6" that UAB's ever had. I saw it early in him. He's really got a gift with his time. He hardly ever gets sped up. Like as a coach standing over there, and we're in all these grinds. Every game has just been, we scored we scored our last 16 possessions against Charlotte to win a 2-possession game. Every game's been like that. We got East Carolina on Sunday. People forget East Carolina who's fighting for their tournament lives, meaning qualifying from the AAC tournament. We beat them by 2 points in overtime. I mean, it wasn't like, it wasn't like I was able to sit down and exhale a lot.
Right.
So every game has just been like this, just based on who we are. We've got to win the margins. So I see Chance dribbling it up the floor, and about 3 out of every 4 times I'm worried about a 10-second call. Hurry up, Chance, hurry up. and then I'm worried about him being casual and somebody taking his ball, yet they never do.
Right.
He kind of gets
It's just the way he is.
He's just got this knack and this ability and his size. And when he is on attack and he is finishing at the basket like he did in our last outing, it gives us a chance.
All right, so explain while we're here that we've talked about the importance of finishing top 4. You've got a really good chance to do that. Amazing with this team, you could get a double bye. Now talk about it being at Legacy as opposed to here, because you could make a joke and go, "We're going to treat it like a road game."
Yeah, for us, we've been so caught up in the moment, we really haven't addressed it until we made sure we qualified for the conference tournament, which we did a few games back.
Right.
Our guys have never been in Legacy Arena.
Which is crazy.
We took them to, there was an NBA preseason game. Who was it? Pelicans, Rockets, maybe?
Right, yeah, that's exactly
a few months
right.
back. And so that's probably the only time they've ever been in there. We've never shot the ball in there. So it'll be a road game for us.
It is a road game.
And honestly, if we are fortunate enough to secure the double bye with the 4 seed, we would play a day game. If we were playing a night game, I wouldn't put them in a hotel that first night. I would just be.
I don't blame. Yeah.
But we would be playing a day game, so we would treat it like a road game.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you'd have to, because of a day game, you just want to be able to
Right,
get up
right.
and
Focus.
have
Yeah.
you don't guys running all over the city. So a lot of it depends. If we win Sunday, it's easy. It's an easy equation. Win, you're the 4. Nothing else can happen. If you lose the game, then there's still some other factors that are in play that we don't control. I don't think we could slip out of the 5 seed just based on record sitting here today. But being the difference in the 4 and the 5, as you well know, we've talked about this. If your seeds 7 through 10, you've got to win 5 games in 5 days. If your seeds 5 and 6, you have to win 4 and 4. 3 and 4, 3 and 3, and 1 and 2 only have to win 2 games.
That's just.
And that's the first year that the American has done this. Some other conference, Sunbelt's done this for a while.
Right.
And it's just basically rewarding the teams that have the best regular season. I don't have a problem with it. I just wish we were one of them.
Yeah.
But we're not. But we'll take 3 and 3 if we can get there.
But nobody's completely dominant in the league, so it's pretty much wide open, right?
The team that has captured the regular season championship, South Florida, we split with them. We beat them.
Yeah.
We beat them at their place. They beat us at ours. They're a good basketball team. Tulsa's having a terrific year, and Wichita State's having kind of a resurgence. They're a very, very proud program. Recently in the Final Four, not too terribly long ago. Football or basketball first school. They don't have the FBS football.
Right.
And so they've had a resurgence. Those are the teams that are going to finish 1, 2, and 3. I just hope we can lock into the 4.
Well, it's going to be fantastic, and we're glad it's here. It's better here than anywhere else, regardless whether you haven't shot in there, and you can sleep in your own beds.
Yeah, and I would think our fans have been terrific all year in supporting us, and it'll be a good vibe in there.
I do want to ask you, since I have you here real quick, on March Madness memories. You've been there many times. You've made some runs. You had the cat Marshall Henderson.
I did.
He was kind of crazy. So what is your fondest? And then you went as a player, right? So what's your memory? Because it's from so many hats that you've worn.
Yeah. My favorite memory would be, ironically enough, the Marshall Henderson year. We had captured the SEC tournament championship in 2013. We didn't know we had a heck of a year that year, and we finished second in the SEC at 12-6. Going into the tournament, we were still on the bubble. We beat Missouri, who was an NCAA tournament team, on a last-second floater from about 14 feet to advance. In the other side of the bracket, Vanderbilt, the tournament was in Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, which has done a great job, and that's kind of the permanent home now to the SEC. It wasn't like that back in those days.
Right.
But Vanderbilt upset Kentucky in the next round. Now, Vandy had kind of had a year, So we knew going in, us being on the bubble, that would be quote unquote considered a bad loss. If you lost to Kentucky, you'd probably still get in as an at-large. But if we would have lost to Vandy, so that put us in a precarious situation. We ended up winning that game by double figures. Then we're playing Billy Donovan and the Florida Gators, who that season they won the regular season, then they advanced to the Elite Eight, and we were down by like 10 or 11 early in the second half. Marshall had a great run at the end of the game. We ended up winning the game to capture the SEC championship. Afterwards, I spoke with one of the committee members, and I said, did we have to win that to get in? And he told me, no, you were going to get in, but if you got in, they didn't change our seed. We were a 12 seed, so if you got in, we would have had to go and play in Dayton in the play-in.
Wow, yeah,
but we were still in. We didn't. We bypassed Dayton and we went to Kansas City, where we played Bo Ryan and the Wisconsin Badgers. One of the things that Bo Ryan only lost one first-round game in the NCAA tournament in his history, and thankfully it was to us. And doing the game, what I remember more than anything, that was right when TBS TNT started taking over some of the inventory.
Yeah.
So there were all the games on television. And you know who did our game? You would love this as a broadcaster. Marv Albert and Steve Kerr.
Wow.
Steve Kerr was the play-by-play, and Marv Albert, and you know who? He was what's the guy's name?
Sideline?
The sideline reporter, legendary, passed away of cancer.
Craig
Sager?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that who did it?
That's who did the sideline. So anyway, we're playing Wisconsin. We're down big, and Marshall goes on like a 9-0 run in Kansas City. We end up winning the game by 11. Great memory. And the next game, we have an opportunity. The Kansas State was the 4 seed. LaSalle at the 13 upset them, and then LaSalle beat us at the last second. Kept us from going to the Sweet 16. That was the year that Wichita State, I was just referring to, went to the Final Four as an 8 seed because Wichita State had upset Gonzaga, who was the 1. So we could have it could have been a magical run for us.
Absolutely.
So that memory still, it brings great joy, but it also haunts me a bit.
Absolutely. So that's going to be good. So we hope you get to March Madness again.
I do too. We've been 2 of the last 4 years. The first year it was the longest drought in UAB men's basketball history. It was a 7-year drought. Year 2 for us, Jelly Walker, magnificent tournament in Frisco and CUSA. We get there, and then we played maybe the most underseeded team in the tournament in Houston, because we were a 12, they were a 5. They go to the Elite 8. They should have been about a 3.
Yeah.
And then we went back 2 years ago by capturing our first American Conference championship, and had a heck of a game with San Diego State. We're right there and lost a 2-possession game. So anything can happen. It's what March Madness is about.
That's right.
My hope is that we can carry some road momentum into our final game in Bartow on Sunday to secure the 4, and then see if we can make a run.
All right. Good luck in the tournament.
Thanks, brother.
Andy Kennedy. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more on the Inferno podcast. Welcome back to the Inferno podcast. Scott Griffin here. Time for our Blazers of the week. We got a couple of them sitting here, really good basketball players. Of course, brought to you by Blazers Mobile. Nearest to me is Chance Westry, of course. Chance, good to see you. And Evan Chatman over there on the end as well. Guys, how's it going?
It's going well.
Yeah, everything's good so far.
Yeah, you got this wry smile on your face. Have you guys ever heard of 10 games in a row on the road? You've played a lot of basketball. That's just the most bizarre thing, and you guys are living it.
Yeah. It is crazy once you think about it. Like,
yeah.
I don't think about it like while you're playing, but after a while, it's like, okay, 6 in a row, 7 in a row, 8
right.
in a row.
It's got to end, right?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't end.
I mean, playing away is even harder because you're going against the other team's advantage of being home. So
Exactly. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Have you guys? We asked Andy about it, but what is it like as a player? Because we would assume, looking on the outside, well, these guys just must focus more on the road or whatever. So tell me what you guys, what is it to you?
to me, it's just like we just all just come even closer because like we got, you know. We don't have like a big crowd at their arena, so we just seem to gel and just talk through everything, even while we're out there even playing.
Oh, so even on the floor. What is your take?
I don't know. It still confuses me. I don't get it. Nah, but I guess it's like Chen said though. Like it's just us out there. We don't have many fans when we're on the road, so we just gotta do what we gotta do, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm not going to ask you a lame question like where you're focused more, not because I don't think that's true. I think you're focused and trying at home. It just happens to be a kind of bizarre thing. So, do you in a strange way relax more on the road?
I really can't even call it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It's
confusing.
hard to identify, right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know.
All right, so let's talk about what. Then we're going to stop there because I don't know. Nobody seems to know, but it doesn't have to be figured out, right? Because you're winning. Let's talk about your game. He kind of handed you the keys to the car here, 5-6 weeks ago, as the point and kind of handling the ball. You've always known you've had that skill, right?
Yeah. Since I was young in high school, I was a point guard during high school. So
There you go. So this is kind of natural. Kind of talk about that a little bit.
just adjusting to the pace of the game. Because obviously I started off the year like the 2 and the 3 of just like running to my spot, but like just being at the 1 is just like being the director of making sure everyone's in the right spot, controlling the pace of the game, and just making sure everybody's like comfortable.
Was this your idea? Did you broach him? Did he come to you? Because obviously he sees your skills in the games that go on early. How did this develop into the decision from 5-6 weeks ago?
It was just like we adjusted to 5 or 6 weeks ago with other teams just pressuring our guards. So I ended up eventually just bringing up the ball. So when like he saw I could do that, it just made it easier just to get the ball and bring it up and put us in a set, because obviously at the 2 or the 3 I know all the plays. So just putting everybody in different positions to score and also control the game.
You're a quiet guy. I can see where you wouldn't have told him that you guys had to kind of figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Instead of going, hey, coach, I can,
Yeah, I just had to get comfortable and just speak up.
I got it. So tell me about, because he makes this statement. He said it again today. I don't know if he's told you this. In UAB history, which he knows a lot of, no one 6'6" has had the ability to facilitate and dish like you have, especially when you're driving, getting in the lane, throwing to Evan, throwing to Rivera, and finding guys. Just tell me about that skill. Is that a natural thing for you, and you just got a feel for knowing when they collapse, you can get it to him? Or
Just having a feel, like you said, just when others bring the double or when they're open, just giving them the ball, being able to be 6'6", seeing over the defense, because most of the guys that's guarding me are smaller.
Yeah.
And just playing through contact too, using my height is a great advantage.
Oh, it's huge. So you're on the recipient of a lot of these things.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't just, block out your guy and look for a shot. You got to be aware, because he might slip it to you,
Yeah,
right?
you definitely got to get used to Chance's game. Like, Chance makes it easy on us for sure, but, like, Chance is, like, unpredictable with his passes, which is why it works. But, like, you just have to be ready, because you never know when Chance is going to throw you. He's going to throw you one. So.
Yeah. Has that been that way in the summer and fall, and then you've just gotten used to it as the year keeps getting older and older? Or?
Yeah, for sure. It was like this from the jump. I realized he was a passer, and I knew I had to get open. He was going to make things easy on me too. So
Yeah.
if I help him, he helped me, and then we win. So
Yeah. Is that your personality? It seems like it is. That I know you can score too, because you're averaging 15 plus a game, but you kind of enjoy.
Yeah, I do. See him.
I mean, more so than even scoring yourself, or
Yeah, I like passing more and scoring at times.
which is crazy.
I don't know why. I mean, especially when, the Memphis game when Ev got hot, I was like, oh, let me find him in transition. You know what I'm saying?
that's one thing about Chance. If you get hot, Chance is going to find you.
Yeah. He realizes it, right? So
And then they got to take him away. And then once they take him away, I can go. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So just
right.
executing that and just playing for like a plan, having a plan on the court.
Yeah, that's great. Did you do anything special growing up? Or were you one of those stories where you were smaller, so you got ball handling skills, and then you shot up your junior or senior year in high school, or as far as height?
No, I was always, my freshman year, I was like about like 6'4".
Okay, so you're pretty big the whole way.
Yeah, so I was like point guard there. And actually in 8th grade, I was point guard too. So like our AAU teams, so
Yeah.
I was always like.
So you just developed that skill early on.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So what do you think of his ability to get it to all you bigs in the paint, and how key that is for you guys offensively.
Yeah, it's really key. Like, I feel like it determines whether we win or lose games, honestly. Like what Chance does is a big part of our offense. If Chance isn't getting downhill and dishing it, I feel like it's a little bit harder for us to get in our offense.
Yeah.
And our offense becomes stagnant. But when Chance is going, being aggressive, it changes a lot.
Yeah, and even more so with you guys' propensity to not be hitting from home as much from the three.
Right.
His ability to get in there, draw defense to him, and then boom.
Exactly.
It's got to be.
It makes it easier on all of us, especially players like Dejan.
Yeah.
Once he sees one go through, okay, now he's gonna.
Yeah,
now
he's
we
hot.
got him going, right? So he just has. That's a guy we got to see one go through, and Chance usually gets him open look. I'll try to set a flare for him and get him going, and I feel like that gets everybody going too.
So you guys are 19-11, okay, going into when we tape this podcast. I mean, you're right on the cusp of 20 wins, and you're probably getting a double bye in the tournament. Did you see that success in the summer? And you may not even have thought about it. You may just be developing as a team, and the chips fall where they may. But did you see this kind of success?
I knew we would have success, but it's kind of hard to see that far forward, in my opinion, especially because I've never been at this level. But I had a feeling we would be good. It was just depending on when we meshed it together, like when we figured it out. Yeah, but I feel like we figured it out. We just got to figure it out at home.
Yeah. Did you have a feel?
I didn't. It was hard. Like Evan said, it was hard to see it from the summer. I just had a feel that we were going to be a good team, because how hard we practiced in the summer, obviously, like, all the work was going to pay off.
What made you feel like you'd be a good team? Just the work ethic, basically? Or?
Just like the way we, like, competed. We always competed hard, play super hard. So I'm like, we competitors, we have to go far,
Maybe that explains the road thing? Because you got a bunch of competitors out there?
Could be.
I mean, I know we've already talked about it. You can't explain it, but it's maybe that's it. A bunch of fighters and competitors. So as you wrap up, we've got the tournament at home, but as we discussed before the mics came on, it's really a road game for you guys. You're going to sleep in your own beds probably most of the time, but it's not like you guys practice or play at Legacy Arena, It's just in your town, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we're excited for it. It's going to be here fast.
Yeah.
We're going to compete, and we're home in Birmingham, so we want everybody to come and support and watch the show we put on.
Is it different to make this tournament? Because really, to me, we talk about March Madness and we act like it's the NCAA tournament. Really, this is the NCAA tournament.
Right.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it hard for you guys to wrap your mind around that, or is it to you?
No.
Or is that putting too much pressure on yourself and you just want to make it a game, right?
Yeah, kind of. I try to think of it one game at a time. No, the March Madness is obviously the goal, but there's a lot you have to do before then.
Yeah.
To get there, especially at the mid-major level, because you really got to win games. But I think we'll be ready though. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. You guys got it in you to make a run?
For sure.
For sure. I think so. I think about it.
We're not going to do too much talking. We just going to play. We're going to show you guys.
Yeah. Let the plan do all the talking.
There you go.
Yep.
And hopefully the fans get out there and check it out. All right, so we want to do lightning round real quick. You guys have done that before where we ask you crazy questions. So if we ask some of the same ones, that's fine. But how do you unwind, especially now? It's the end of the year. It's crunch time. You're trying to play for positioning, whatever. How do you get away from it? From life? And what do you do to veg? You're kind of chill all the time anyway, but is it music? Is it games? Is it you sit there with the freaking lights off at the house or what?
I like to play music, and as crazy as this may sound, I like to build Legos.
Legos?
Yeah,
That's fire.
music.
You didn't know that?
That's fire. No, I didn't know that. That's actually fire.
Legos, like, what are you building?
Anything. I'm building a car right now. I don't know what kind of car it is. I'm not a car guy, but it looked cool, so I bought it. So I build things like that,
What do you do with them when they're built?
It
Keep
depends.
them.
Like some of them I hang up on my wall. Like I got some hanging up, and then other ones I just sit on my nightstand or.
So what grabs you about that? What is it that?
I don't know. I just tried it one day. It was real relaxing, and I feel like I caught myself doing it all day one day. I had an off day, and I was just all day, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like this.
It was so different that it relaxes you.
Yeah, you would think it's for kids, but I tried it, and I'm like, maybe I'm just a big kid. So.
Wow, that's kind of surprising.
That's a fire step.
You don't have a good story like that. Huh?
Nah, not that good. Mine's is
Just make one up.
I mean, I'm just getting out the house of Birmingham. I went and saw the big statue that looks over the whole city.
Yeah, Vulcan.
Yep, Vulcan. I went to Vulcan.
Yeah.
You know, doing that with some of the homies, like JV, and then also trying new restaurants. Just being a food.
You like the restaurant? You got a favorite?
My favorite ones right now is Jackie Brown's.
Jack Brown's.
Jack
Down
Brown's.
on, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Got some burgers.
The burger spot, yeah.
Kind of bizarre wall stuff hanging everywhere.
Yeah, I'm loving their burgers right now, so
Yeah.
you know, again, now exploring.
Food. It is a food town
Mhm.
for a little. I say it's a small town. It's not really, but considering New York, L.A., whatever, Dallas, it's a smaller town. Do you find the food here pretty good, or?
I'm not a big food guy. I don't like to try new things.
I think if I remember, you cook at home, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Your mom always says, am I right on
Yeah,
that?
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I remember that. So he cooks at home, but you go out.
I go out, get some good food.
What else you like?
I like video games, 2K, so, you know.
That's kind of a staple, right? Just the generation
Yeah,
where you like
that's what
that.
I'm saying.
Do you play with teammates, or you play other people sitting somewhere else in the country? or?
I play against Danny, you know. I mean, he's a real competitor on that game.
Danny got me a couple times.
Yeah.
He let me hear about it too.
He might be the best on the team this year.
You think?
Yeah, just competing with him every day. Like, yo, how about 2K? Okay, bet, let's do it.
Yeah, he got me in the hotel rooms a couple times. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah. So let me ask you this as we wrap up. Have you enjoyed, and this is kind of a, don't feel pressure to answer correctly. Just be honest. Have you enjoyed Birmingham and being here and UAB Blazer? And
Yeah, I actually enjoy it, you know, the support they give us. Even though we're not doing that good at home, the support they give us means a lot. I like Birmingham, the city. Feel comfortable, feel like home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I really have no complaints about it, honestly. Like,
I
it kind of feels.
I'm not sold on that comment. Are you?
I don't leave the house, so I can't make any complaints. So.
You're cooking at home. You're building Legos, and that's it. Then you come to practice and games. That's it.
Yeah, or when the weather's
You're a
right.
homebody.
Yeah. When the weather's right, I'll fish though. But it's been.
Oh,
time
that's
to go.
good.
Yeah.
There's some good fishing around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. All right, well, good luck in the tournament as we get ready for that. And again, it's a road game. Let me just put that in your head, right?
Yeah.
It's Legacy Arena. It's a road game. All right, Evan Chatman, Chance Westry here, our Blazers of the Week. We'll take a break and come back with more on the Inferno podcast. Hang on.
The if in life, it's a world of possibilities. If you go for a night out with friends, if you can keep an eye on your money along the way, if you know you have overdraft protection with no fee transfers from savings, when you get a low balance alert, it's easier to say yes to fun. If that sounds good, try Regions Life Banking.
Stay ready for the if in life. Regents Bank embrace the if in life.
Welcome back to the Inferno podcast. Scott Griffin here. Time for This Week in Blazer Nation, brought to you by Children's of Alabama. Obviously, the big thing on the schedule is UAB basketball and the American Conference Tournament right here at Legacy Arena in Birmingham. Be sure you get tickets. You go over there and support the Blazers. Plus, you get a chance to see some great basketball all around from this league, and they would appreciate it as well. So that'll be going on Wednesday through Sunday, with the championship game being that Sunday. So that'll be going on at the Legacy Arena in downtown Birmingham. Other happenings for Blazers sports teams: beach volleyball taking on Stetson, Southern Miss, and TAMU in Corpus Christi there. Also, Florida Gulf Coast in that tournament as well at DeLand, Florida. So that'll be going on with beach volleyball. Also, bowling at the USBC sectionals. That's Friday through Sunday. Also Friday, women's tennis is at North Florida. A lot of things happening on the weekend, as you can imagine. UAB men's tennis is on the road at Georgia Southern on Friday. The entire weekend, UAB baseball is at home, hosting Belmont from up the road in Nashville. And then UAB softball, living out of a suitcase, they'll be on the road at Wichita State the entire weekend as well. So somewhat of a limited schedule, but certainly highlighted by that American Conference Tournament. Again, be sure you get some tickets and go over there and support the UAB Blazers. That'll do it for this edition of the Inferno Podcast, brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Scott Griffin saying so long. We'll talk to you next time right here on the Inferno Podcast. Thanks for watching.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.